being here today. We're really excited. My name is Gage Woolley. I am recently hired by the University of Cincinnati Alumni Association. I'm working specifically with the College of CECH. It's very happy to be here today. It's a beautiful morning. I hope you have your coffee. It's Alumni Week for us as well. So we're really happy to kick that off during the same week. Just a couple of notes today. Please stay muted throughout this conversation. We will be recording it. We've already started recording. And then we will welcome Dr. Said and have his conversation. And then if you have any questions, please save them for the end. And then we'll make sure we have a strong Q&A at the end. I know many of you already know him, but it is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Hazem Said, the head of School of Information Technology. Without further ado, the floor is yours, Dr. Said.
Thank you very much. We're just trying to make this a get-together with our friends and alumni, so I want to thank all of you for being here. I also wanted to take a few moments to highlight a few evolutions of the school since you graduated, and some of you are following us on Twitter, and I think we're on all social media now. But one of those changes is we introduced a leadership team for the school, and I'm pleased to welcome Professor McMahon, who's here with us, and you all know him and met him, who is now leading on the leadership team and leading the undergraduate education component of the program. With us also Jenna Gady. You may have met Jenna before. Jenna is leading the operation of the school. We also have Becca Michael, who's an alumna of the program and joined us as a faculty member in 2019. Yes. And she is leading the senior design right now, but on the leadership team, she's leading the what we call workforce development and technologies. And in the interim, she's also leading a new component of the school for the research centers. And missing with us today is Dr. Jess Krupzinski. She's leading our graduate education component. And Professor Jen Fritz, some of you may know her. She's an alumna of the program as well. And she is leading our online education. Some of you may not know, but Dylan here joined us this year, right? August 2020 as a faculty member. So he decided to enough with software development and back to school, back to his home. So we're happy to welcome him. And in addition to the leadership team, some of you teach with us as adjunct, and we welcome you in the classroom. And some of you haven't tried that yet, so I always welcome you to come back and join us. I also want to recognize Danny Hayes, who's a member of the School Industry Advisory Board. And Emily, you are on our advisory board, are you? Yes, and Emily Morgan also serving on our advisory board. So thank you for that. This is another avenue for contribution to the school if you are interested. And in addition, Danny has done great work in building a bridge with his organization, Cincinnati Insurance Company. So today in the IT Expo, Cincinnati Insurance is one of our partner companies. So this is another area of support as well. It helps us cover the expenses of the IT Expo, and it creates a network between the students. If you remember the days of the students connecting with companies and professionals was a great thing. So the more you can help with that and contribute is also great. We continue to work very hard in the School of Information Technology to elevate the status and the rank of the school and to expand our identity as information technology. Today at 1 o'clock, I will reflect on the last 10 years of the school. We're starting a new decade of the IT Expo. It's 10 years since we had the IT Expo. And I will reflect on that, but some of the, or one of the main highlights of the last 10 years is what I call finding our identity. Finding who we are as a discipline of information technology. And the way we found our identity, or we define our identity, is we are the people who master the technology of the time in order to create solutions for people using information. So we are, as information technology discipline, have 4 components: people, information, technology, and the solutions that bring them together. And we create these solutions, we select them, we administer them, we integrate them, and we retire them and bring another one, and so on and so forth. Some of you have been graduated some time ago when we did not have graduate programs. Over the last 10 years, in particular the last 5 years, we made great strides in graduate education. And graduate education is centered around the discovery of information. So the role of an academic unit like us is to be entrusted by society to discover and learn and disseminate knowledge about the discipline. So when we started recognizing IT was a practitioner-based discipline, we focused on disseminating the knowledge. We were not discovering it. We were practitioners, we found it somewhere else, and we disseminated it through undergraduate programs. As we ventured into launching graduate programs, we had to start to think about what knowledge are we going to discover and how do we frame research and information technology. And back to the same 4 components in information technology is about people, information, technology, and the solution that connect them. In research, we replace solution with the needs. So it's about understanding the needs of people with information and with technology. And as we investigate that more, that need drive a solution that then goes into practice. There are different ways to understand that need. IT sits in the, I call it in the middle of several disciplines, or we are an interstate here in Cincinnati, tri-state, so information technology is a tri-discipline. On one side, we have information systems that connects us with the business processes and the management of the business. On another side, we have computer science and engineering that gives us the dimension into the technology that is created. And on another side, we have a connection to social sciences, psychology, sociology that connect us to understanding people, so that by these 3 dimensions, IT sits in the middle as the domain that brings them together in research through understanding the need that brings them together, and in practice through developing and managing solutions that connect them together. This is, I believe, is the most significant finding and evolution that we had in the last 10 years. And we stand today with a sense of pride, a sense of identity, an independent identity. In fact, I had some conversations with a group of students in the doctorate program, and we were able to say, if IT is the professionals who understand the technology of the time to connect to people with information through solutions, IT didn't exist when computing existed. IT actually preceded computing, and we started going back throughout history, and we always found in every civilization there were this group of people. They called them differently. They called them operators at certain times. They called them technologists at certain times. They called them by the application they were in at certain times. But throughout history, there were those people who were characterized by strong hands-on skills, strong problem-solving skills, and strong communication skills that were able to do the same thing, bring in information, people, and technology through solutions. So with the computing revolution, it gives another life to IT. So we're very proud of that identity, and we feel that it will drive us in the next decade towards the mission of empowering every person who wants to put the effort to be successful, passionate, solution-minded IT professional. So it is a mission that is deeply connected with a sense of humanity and a sense of social purpose, that IT is a good career, and we want to offer the opportunity for that career to everyone who wants to have that opportunity. On the other side, we are cognizant that IT became the driver of innovation. looking at all of you here as alumni and the role you are playing in your companies. I'm sure you all would say that in the last few years, your company became more and more dependent on you, and you have been part of the conversation on driving innovation in your organization and sustaining that innovation. So IT is becoming, and as technology continue to evolve, IT is a key driver of innovation, economic development, not just for a company, but for society. So on one side, IT can provide the hand to any member of our community who wants to have a transformational experience and launch a career for themselves, their family, and their community. And on the other hand, IT is the hand that is extended to society to drive its economic growth and economic development. In that center, we're looking at the next 10 years as a school to continue to be a major player in defining both innovation and economic development, as well as defining access to higher education, college degrees, and the career. We have lots of initiatives. I'm going to talk more about them at 1 o'clock, and I can talk more if you ask me, but I just wanted to make this brief. Some of you may know this, but we have made it to the top 10 rankings in US News and World Report, and we stayed there for the last 2 years. We kind of go up and down 1 or 2, but we're fine with that. We now have a master program and a doctorate program. We accepted the 3rd cohort in our doctorate program. We have a part-time doctorate program that is designed specifically for professionals, and we have a full-time doctorate program as well. So we're excited about that. With the doctorate program, we now have, I believe, about 3 or 4 research centers. This past year, we launched the Applied Machine Learning and Artificial and Intelligence Center, led by a new professor that joined us 2 years ago. Well, she's not new now. She joined us but 2 years ago, and she was successful in receiving our first research project with Procter & Gamble to do video analysis and video predictions. We also have another research center that works on social media analysis and home Internet of Things and its security, perceptions of people, and does a lot of analysis led by Dr. Jess Kubzinski and Shane Heltz. And we have our, not formalized in a center, but we have entrepreneurial activities. We have 2 faculty members who launched 2 companies. One company focused on communication and education platform, and another company focused on case management system and analytics for police departments. This is in addition to the Center for Academic Excellence in Cyber Defense, who recently took the university to the Scholarship for Service cohort with the National Science Foundation, which gives us a generous scholarship for students in return for their service to government role and government job. And then finally, the Information Technology Solution Center, which is focused on creating opportunities for the students to create solutions. Last year was significant for the Solution Center. For the last 5 years, they've been working with Macy. They started with a very small application, creating a simple database that now extended to integration with Autodesk Forge platform, becoming one of the first 2Ds workflow management application on AutoCAD. And recently, it was adapted as a Map Central application in the Macy organization and was recognized by the company executives as an innovative solution. This is created completely by students and is still being delivered and continued. So there's an annual contract with Macy with the Solution Center. Last year, we also engaged with the Ohio Sentencing Commission to address a need that has been around for more than 20 years, which is creating a unified sentencing database for the state of Ohio. Ohio is what they call a home rule state, where every county holds their data. So questions regarding sentencing across the state cannot be answered because there's no data. that are aggregated across the state. So we took on this task in partnership with the Ohio Sentencing Commission. We are in the kickoff phase now, and we're hoping that once the new budget cycle comes, we can expand the project and make more announcement about it. But it's a very important project for us. It has a sense of purpose, a sense of helping both the society at large as well as our partners in the criminal justice system to understand how justice is administered in the state of Ohio using data-driven approach, and we're at the heart of it. So all of these are exciting engagements for our students and our faculty. We continue to expand. You may not know, I don't remember when you graduated how many faculty and staff we had, but I believe this semester we're about 43, 23 faculty and 20 staff members due to the various initiatives that we had. You may heard the work that Becca did with the Ohio Cyber Range Institute. So we're partnered. Yeah, I'm gonna keep forgetting things now. I forgot I was gonna conclude, but then I remembered the Ohio Cyber Range Institute. I have to tell you about that. This is a major partnership with 6 state agencies. The Ohio Adjutant General Department, the Ohio National Guard, and the Ohio Department of Higher Education. They are the 2 primary agencies, and we've been working with them, a collective from within the university, us, the Department of Political Science, and the Department of Electrical Engineering and Computer Science, and we convinced them that we are capable of building and managing a cyber range for the state of Ohio. And we convinced them to govern it through an Ohio Cyber Range Institute. And my colleagues agreed that the right place for that institute to sit and to operate is the School of Information Technology. So I believe we launched the institute officially 1 week before Governor DeWine closed down the state. So it was March 6, 2020, when we went to Columbus and celebrated with the Lieutenant Governor, the President, the Chancellor, the Adjutant General, and all the leadership in the state of Ohio. So this is a significant initiative that positions us as a school, our faculty and our students at the heart of the state, both on the cybersecurity education front, as well as on social development with the Sentencing Commission, as well as with companies like the work we're doing with police department through the company that we spin off, and the work that we're doing in the Solution Center. Our research programs are creating partnerships. We're very excited about where that could go. As you all know, in your companies, financial institutions, applied machine learning and intelligence is an important thing. And we were able to find a nice formula that worked with P&G, and I'm sure will work with all others. On the education front, ReunITe is a big program, and if I open I'll stop here, but there's ReunITe, and there are so many other things as well, and I invite my colleagues to add as well. So all in all, we are working very hard to make sure your alma mater continues to lead the way in your discipline, to be not only a leader in the state, we are already a leader in the state, but to be a leader nationally and globally. Our eye is on global leadership, not just regional. And we know that it's very ambitious. We know that we're going to be pushing many boundaries, breaking multiple levels of ceilings, but we're determined to continue to do it. We, last 10 years, showed that we're capable and showed that we actually made some achievements. And I think the next 10 years will show a lot more of that. Thank you very much for being with us today. And I hope you have some time to join us at 1 o'clock for the closing ceremony and the state of the school, or any time during the expo. One of the beautiful things about virtual is you can access expo anytime, anytime, anywhere. Yeah, we should say it, expo anytime, anywhere. So thank you very much.